Hey everyone, it's Justine and welcome to another card tutorial. Today we're going to be focusing on the Mason Jar stamp set from JessicaLynnOriginal.com, and it's going to create this really pretty yellow, white, and black card. I started with my card base, which measures 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inches. It's a top folding card. Essentially I just cut out a 4 1/4 by 11 piece of cardstock and then folded it in the middle at 5 1/2. Using this authentic Classique Beauty patterned paper, I cut it out at 4 by 5 1/4 inches. I already had the idea of what I wanted to do with this card, so we're just going to do a little prep work before we actually start working on it. I'm going to be using this journaling card, also from the authentic Classic Beauty set, and I'm going to cut a piece of Simon Says Stamp Sunshine cardstock at 4 1/2 inches by 3 1/4 inches, and that's going to layer the back of the journaling card. Taking the journaling card and the Mason Jar stamp set from the stamp set, I'm inking that up using charcoal ink from Hero Arts. This is my very first Hero Arts ink and I'm really liking it so far. I stamped that on the journaling card, and then I decided to add some fireflies using chrome yellow ink, archival ink. For whatever reason I couldn't find my sunshine ink from Simon Says Stamp, or I would have used that so it matched the cardstock perfectly, but I grabbed the next best thing. That's where my ink swatches come in really handy. The next thing I did was take the firefly sentiment, and I wanted to stamp something in that tag on the mason jar. So I used the Hero Arts charcoal ink again and stamped that on there. Next I took some honey triangles washi tape from Close to My Heart, and I added that to the pattern paper we cut out earlier. I cut it a little bit bigger so that I could wrap it around the edges, because I thought this pattern paper needed just a little bit of extra something. Next I grabbed this black Shimmer Trim from Close to My Heart. This is one of my favorite embellishments to use. It comes in a lot of colors and it's adhesive backed and it looks really pretty when it's on the paper. I added some Tombow Mono glue to the back of my patterned paper here, and I wanted to glue that onto the card base. Made sure to apply even pressure and to make sure that it was centered in the middle of the card stock. I think the black shimmer trim really made that black cardstock really tie into the card, and so I think that was a really good choice. Using the journaling card, I thought it looked too plain without the sunshine cardstock, so I decided to use it. I wasn't sure in the beginning whether I would. Using the Tombow Mono liquid adhesive, I glued that onto the sunshine cardstock, and then I grabbed some of the 3D foam tape from the Big Mama roll from Simon Says Stamp and put that on there. It's a really thin foam, so I like it because it's good to put in the mail because it doesn't make it too bulky. But on the other hand, I find it really difficult to actually cut, and it gets stuck to my scissors. So I'm not really too much of a fan of it, but I need to use it because it's a huge roll. Anyway, I'm using the Copic N0 marker and created a shadow underneath the mason jar. I still felt like this card was missing something, so I grabbed the Make-A-Wish sentiment and inked that up in Versamark ink and stamped it onto a scrap piece of 1/2 inch cardstock, black cardstock from Simon Says Stamp. I used some Ranger ultrafine embossing powder to emboss this sentiment and heat emboss it. It's really important to use the same black cardstock that you used on your card base to avoid contrasting shades. I created a little banner on the end by just cutting into the middle and then from the other side cutting to that exact point. I used some 3D foam tape, this time from Close to My Heart, because it pops up a little bit more and is my favorite foam adhesive to use. I added that to my card, and that was the end of the card today. So I hope you enjoyed this video tutorial and you'll subscribe to my video and thumbs up. Here you're welcome to subscribe, and I have 2 other videos featuring Jessica Lynn original stamp sets that you might want to check out. Thanks for watching.